ever. Sign me up. I'm ready.
I want to hear that. We just went live. What was that again? Personal space?
I'm gonna get the link for you and put it in the chat here.
What's
Awesome.
the YouTube? What's the YouTube channel?
Which YouTube channel are you talking about?
Yours.
Mine? Secular Outrage is mine. This is Secular Outrage. Hey guys, we're live now. This is the Godless Deviants stream number 2. Say hello to Sir Wolfie.
Wait. We're not godless.
Yes, we are.
He is the god.
No, he's not.
I am
He's a
the
pathetic
god.
deity.
Suck my wolf cock.
Puny god.
So you finally admit that you're a furry then?
Negative.
Hey, where'd Silia go, by the way? Is she not going to be here?
She's got something to do.
Okay, that sucks.
Sorry, I can't stay around long. I forgot to charge my headphones, and they're so low, I think I'm going to make it like 10 minutes.
Oh, that sucks, man. Well, you guys want to say hello? Anyone?
Hi, I'm Red.
Hi. I'm Mass/Death. I'm the one who comes to collect you. Oh, by the way, hey, don't make any plans for the next couple of weeks.
Don't make any plans? What, because of the end of the world?
No. I'm just saying I got a busy next couple of weeks. Lots of scheduling issues.
Oh, gotcha. See, I thought it was because it's like, oh, well, what's the point in making plans after tomorrow? We're all going to be dead because of the blood moon.
I mean, I got to get some Somali kids. Got to go over to China and get some first children that happen to be girls.
You gotta worry about that Mercury retrograde causing all your money stuff to go bad and stuff like that.
Yeah, I gotta go. And you gotta worry about the bombs in the Middle East, which I also had to handle. You know, I should really delegate more of this workout.
Okay, so Wolf, are you here?
I'm here. I introduced myself without interruption this time.
Yeah, go ahead, man.
Hi, I'm Sir Wolfie. Everybody knows me. Now get on your knees and kneel and worship me.
Not on your life.
No, thank you, furry fluff.
Your guys' powers are going to be taken away.
Silence, Floof.
So, who is Cosmic? It just says Cosmic to me.
Mine is that's my Lady Wolfheart. I don't have any videos yet, but this will be the one connected to my YouTube channel.
Oh, that's cool. The channel is what now? Lady Wolfheart?
I think it's Cosmic Wolfheart, or it may just be Cosmic right now. I wanted to name it Cosmic Dork Den, but you can't do that, apparently.
Oh.
You can't have like
whale dicks, you know?
You can't have like a cool title for your YouTube channel anymore. You got to use your name and stuff.
Bullshit.
Yeah, you have to change
it
your
takes
name.
some work, but you can do it.
Yeah, you can. I mean, I changed mine to Secular. I've got mine to Secular Outrage.
Geek and Sundry.
I had mine as Kilroy's Gaming for quite a while. Unfortunately, there was a little free speech convention that decided to use that handle, and I had to go and change it. Simply for the fact that, well, being associated with that's just going to sour the taste of any game, you know?
Yeah.
So, did anyone hear Goldust is now an official Texas deputy?
Nice.
No joke. Goldust can be writing you a ticket.
I have no idea what you're talking about, man.
Goldust was a WWE.
Is he going to be dressed up like Goldust?
Oh, okay.
No, he's probably going to be in uniform, but still. Goldust may write you a ticket. 'Ticket. 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 ' if you live in Texas.
So, I guess there aren't a lot of wrestling fans here right now. So I don't know. Are we waiting for more people or?
Let's just jump right into
Jump
the
into
news.
it?
They'll pop in when they pop in. It does.
Okay, so I could let Wolf. You want to go first?
On.
Did you have something you wanted to present? Any kind of article or anything?
Mass found them both.
No, don't mind me. Just writing some stuff in this nice black notebook with a pen. Also, I'm going to take this chip and eat it.
Well, Mass found a couple of articles. One says get tied up in Cincinnati's 5th annual bondage ball.
A bondage ball?
Yeah.
Okay. That sounds pretty cool.
I don't want to read it.
I don't know what to. I don't want to read it either. So, see, this is why I was asking where Silia is.
Besides, I think the viewers only hear her
It
voice
depends.
more than mine.
What are we reading?
Go ahead,
Looks
tell
like
her
an
again.
article set up for themselves.
Do you see that article I posted in topics on Wolfie's Discord? The bottom one.
God damn it.
Do you want to read it, Wolfhart?
Yeah. Give me just a second here. It's in the Discord.
Yes, under the channel topics.
Okay. Found it. I do not have permission to view the message history of topics.
Should. I don't know how to fix it. Ichabod has to fix it.
What? Hang on, I can do it. I have the authority.
All right, fix it.
Well, the whole thing with that is there's supposed to be a set pattern you use for setting the roles, and well,
All right.
sadly,
You should be able to go into topics now.
Well, Cosmic had linked something earlier.
Yeah, I linked it into the group chat on the Hangouts. It's a little tent. You pop up, you crawl inside it, and you zip it up, and you ignore everybody outside of it. You can see outside of it. You can probably hear through it. But you just ignore everybody outside of it because it's your personal space pod.
Okay, so what do you do with this? I mean,
You sit inside of it and just, I guess that I would use it for keeping flies away. But in the summer, it's going to be really hot because it's plastic. It's going to be like a greenhouse on the inside of it.
So they're building these, or these are portable?
They're portable.
Okay, so and who wants to do this?
I don't know, but I figured.
I'll give you 3 guesses, and the first one doesn't count.
SJWs.
Yep. And snowflakes.
For all of those introverts out there.
I would say snowflakes because it's like I want you to understand my opinion, but I don't care about yours. A lot of people are like that nowadays.
Wow. So portable. Does it say? Is this something that's actually being done, or something they're just proposing? How much is this going to cost?
Probably not very much. It reminds me of the little tents that you buy for your kids during the summer that are that cheap plastic. And,
Wow, that's
yeah.
So
that's beautiful.
Starbucks announced that that anti-bias training they did led to a loss in profit.
The anti what string they did?
The anti-bias training. Remember back like I'd say April when those two guys got arrested at Starbucks because they wouldn't leave after they said they wouldn't buy anything.
Oh.
Then they had that. Then they made a scene about it on Twitter, and then Starbucks closed for a day for anti-bias training.
Yeah, I remember that.
Turns out it led to hurting sales.
No, okay.
Gee, it's almost like pandering to outrage mobs. This isn't the best decision.
Well, not for the bottom line anyway.
No.
Huh?
That really means you stuck.
But I mean, you have to understand that in the digital age, they've got to keep their image somehow. And obviously, it was such a stellar choice, right?
There are other ways to keep your image. They probably should have just given them free coffee. Everyone would be off their back.
Yeah.
And it wouldn't have hurt their bottom line. What they chose was the wrong decision if you're running a business.
I mean, maybe put that particular employee through some kind of training thing to save face.
Yes. One employee, not the entire franchise.
Hello, everybody.
I know. Whose idea was that?
Corporate.
I say,
So what are we talking about?
Portable safe spaces.
Oh, okay. Why?
Because they're hilariously stupid.
So, Luna, did you find the story yet?
I still can't view the topics.
Oh,
What?
do I need to read a topic?
Oh, if you can do it, that would be great, because none of us want to.
What is it? Now I'm kind of scared.
Go into topics.
it's made
and
for
go
a
to the bottom
female.
one.
Oh,
It's made for females. Wolfie saw the pictures and then just said, nope, I'm out.
So which one is it?
The bottom one.
The bottom one? Get tied up?
Yep.
Yeah.
Woo, I can't even stand up. Woo, Gary. Hey. All right, let's see. Here comes to get the other pack. Ooh, I like these pictures. That second one's mask. Okay, anyways. Alright. I don't see an actual article. All I see is pictures.
Click read more.
Oh, okay.
The way that thing is
Continue
set up
reading.
is
There we
weird.
go.
There we go. I'm back.
Welcome back, sir.
It booted me for some reason.
Alright, y'all ready?
Give it to us.
Alright. If you're looking to add a little kink to your weekend, Cincinnati 5th annual bondage ball takes place 9 p.m. to 3 a.m. Saturday, July 28th at DF Productions and Events. The actual event hosted by local, I can never say that right, Matrix, usually attracts around 400 curious and committed fetish fans for an evening of live music, performances, and frisky and freaky play areas. Tickets are $25. The event is BYOB. Fetish attire is required. If you're new to the fetish BDSM scene and are a little hesitant about safety, the event website FAQ page has this to say. You will find that the fetish and the BDSM community as a whole is very friendly. You'll be safer here than a typical vanilla nightclub. You're going to see so many new things that it may seem a little overwhelming at first. Some will be absolutely hot, sex, and erotic. You may see things that make you feel a little uncomfortable. Relax. Erase any precautions from your mind. Free your senses to lively live in and experience this incredible event. For more information on to what to expect, we reach out to DSAB, I guess is the name, via email to learn more about the bondage
Desade.
ball.
It is pronounced Desade.
DSAID. The local BDSM scene and what to expect on Saturday. City Beat. So this is the Bondage Ball's 5th annual event. Can you tell me a story of how the Bondage Ball came to be? What role do you play?
Devil and Desade.
I'm spoken to. The Bondage Ball came out of the need to actually wear fetish wear out of the house for one evening, enjoy life in the middle of the summer. It also offers a more formal event for those in the BDSM community who want to really shine in their leather role. The first has held at the dock, which is new, gone sadly, but since then we have moved to a much larger and more hospitable. Am I saying the right space?
Yeah.
People come
That
all the
sounds
way.
right.
People come all the way from Indiana, Louisville, and Pennsylvania to enjoy the evening in
Louisville.
this
I always heard it Louisville.
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 Louisville. To
Louisville.
enjoy the evening in their fetish wear, to meet other kinksters, exhibitionists, and artists. What do they mean by artists?
Could be a shibari artist.
Body painters,
Body-
maybe?
Also,
Body painters, photographers, stuff like that.
Also, some of the rope knots and stuff that you see in the rope bunnies and such, that can also be considered art.
Yes, it is. You're right. I've seen some really cool stuff on Twitter, actually, of some rope bunny art. I've seen it firsthand.
I'll have to research that. That's pretty cool.
All right. The reason why I couldn't read this article is because the way they did their initial CB and DD, I would be like cock and balls and daddy down.
I have been doing fetish art for almost a decade now, and when I met Liam Kellum, yeah, I'm not butchering this dude's name or this guy's name, girl's name, whatever.
Foreign. We'll call him.
We started working on events for goth and fetish community. I hosted a monthly fetish event at the dock and performed my strange fetish acts across the country at everything from huge shows with Lords of Acid. That just sounds ugh. Anyways, and KMFDM to support discreet private BDSM parties and events. My shows themselves over the years have usually been a community on the issues around the pain of what? Gary.
What? Marginalization?
Marginalization? I just butchered that. Of those who engage in BDSM and gender. I am most inspired by other periods in time as a lowbrow artist. All my life, I speak in words everybody can feel: sex, violence, bondage, beauty. In the Bondage Ball, my friends and I attempt to create a fabulous fantasy world where one can explore freely and safely and step outside the normal world of one evening. CB. Can you tell me what guests can expect to find at the bondage ball? DD. Well, many of the BDSM and what is with these names? Leatherette will be around to enjoy the things they enjoy. Be it rope, bondage, boot, blackening, fire play. There's fire play?
Yeah.
Latex, or whatever.
I love Fireplay. Fireplay's fun.
Whatever else new they invent before this is published. However, we also have a lot of cub goers who are just there to dance, enjoy the shows, and have fun night. Not everyone is there for BDSM side of things, and that's fine with us. CB, what will it look like? Acts or special guests and music. We have shipped in an awesome DJ from Florida to give us an infusion of new dance music. There are a few fetish shows around midnight, and that usually kicks off everyone's evening on good note. You will see all the matter of attire, and it's best to put on your least judgmental attitude for the evening. Well, that leaves... Never mind. CB, what's your favorite part of this year's ball? DD, I am really excited about the Isle of Ham, a little village of the party that will have male slaves and females in charge. They will have leaf fans and everything. This is a dream come true. Or a dream come to life, sorry. Added something in there. CB, I see there's a FAQ page with info for those who may be dipping their toes into bondage or attempting the ball for the first time. Is there anything not on the page that you want first-timers to know? DD, best to know that we are a community of real people, like the music community, like the volleyball community, just our uniforms are a little more imaginative. CB, what advice would you give to someone who is attending the ball for the first time? DD, if you are actually trying to play with BDSM, I wouldn't recommend getting too drunk for a number of reasons. Dress fabulous, you will meet more people. CB, how would you describe Cincinnati's BDSM scene? DD, we have to be more discreet here than many other places. We have a thriving scene with all kinds of things going on. Munches, classes, movie nights, high protocol parties. For more information, please visit CincinnatiBondageBall.com. And then it gives the pictures.
Nice.
I'm saving that second picture.
So was that the end of the thing then?
That is it, yes.
Awesome. Thank you very much for reading that for us.
Not a problem.
So anyone have any comments on that? I'm sure Wolf would if you were here.
When's the next one?
I'm just saying it sounds like a fun time, but it says it holds it this year, this time of year, every year.
Sounds like I need to plan a trip.
So what's the location of this again?
It's in, it's actually address and everything, but this one's in Cincinnati.
Oh my God, really?
26 Donald Drive, Fairfield.
So there's only, that's like 3 hours away from me.
$25. Like that's not bad at all.
Well, I imagine that's like per person.
Well, no, shit. Yes. But it still isn't bad.
Plus, she'd probably be going alone, so.
And more than likely, like, the $25 is probably to cover, the actual place or the equipment or that kind of stuff.
Also, if you tried to run something like this in the South, you would be chased out with a pitchfork.
Tell me about it.
You'd be lynched.
We
Yeah.
need.
Here,
We
here in
seriously need
Texas-
something going on down here in Kentucky for real.
We need something here in
Texas, it's not
Arkansas
bad.
too.
Arkansas is
Like I
a big
said,
state.
Dallas
It should
area
just be
here in
Kansas.
Texas is really not that bad about the scene. They don't.
Well,
They
of
don't
course, you have
discriminate.
Austin. You have Austin. They can't discriminate.
I said Dallas.
Yes,
Dallas. I'm closer to Dallas.
Well, up here in Ontario, there's a huge kink scene. Not only that, there's a huge party that goes on at one of our national parks.
Uh-huh.
It's $400 per person, but
Now
that
it's gonna
covers all the food for the weekend.
Oh, wow.
It covers the actual renting of the space.
What about a place to sleep?
It's a national park. You bring your own tent.
Oh, gotcha. I didn't hear national
and,
park.
This is gonna have to be the moment I take my leave because my headphones are on 0.5%.
All right, man.
Headphones
Have a good
out.
night.
Nightmare.
Come back when they're charged.
So about these places, what about like a poly scene?
Actually,
Yeah,
that's going to be Monday's special. We're going to
Yeah,
be talking
let's
about
leave
that.
that for Monday.
Well, I mean, in relation to what you're talking about, though, as far
There
as
is poly scenes. Most of like munches and stuff. I mean, from my understanding of them, it's a everybody play kind of thing.
No, not munches. Those
No,
are
the-
play parties.
I was talking about
Play
the
parties.
kink
Thank you.
parties that you were talking about in Cincinnati, specifically.
There is probably most things like that would probably have people that there are going to be some people that aren't poly, but there's going to be quite a few that are.
Mm-hmm.
Mind you, there are a lot of people who will take play partners for the night,
Yeah.
even though they're not poly.
All right, that's cool. Anyway, Wolf, we finished. She finished the article. Did you have anything you wanted to say about that?
Actually, I've been to a fetish ball in Cincinnati before, so a bondage ball is going to be something different. It's a lot of like though. So.
All right, that's cool. Who knows? Maybe we can find our way out there one of these years. So, Sila, do you have anything you want to talk about?
Sorry.
Anything
Interruption. Like on that topic or just in general?
in general, because you read someone else's article, so I was wondering if you actually had something you wanted to talk about.
No.
I do.
Spot like that.
All right, Red, what's up?
So we all talk about what our kinks are and different plays, but we never talk about the risk analysis of them.
Okay.
Okay.
Like bondage, for example. There's one slip, and you can cut someone's circulation off completely.
To me, not to cut you off, but to me, if you get into bondage, knife play, fire, any of that kind of stuff, you need to do your research. You need to test not on a human. In my opinion, you need to test on something else before you and learn what you can, especially with rope, because like you said, there is places that you can actually hurt the person if you do it wrong, and if you don't set the rope just right to get them out of it quickly.
Yeah. Like me, right now I have so much muscle that my body just will not stay in certain positions without pain. So anytime I'm tied up, I have to make sure that it's not one that will make my body hurt if it stays in that position for too long. Like, I can't hardly have my hands behind my back because I have so much muscle on my shoulders.
Damn.
Mm-hmm. And this is what I'm talking about. Like, we all talk about the play, but no one ever talks about the risks about it.
All right,
They talk about how it feels, but
that goes back into like Master Wolfie, where he actually went through the training as a submissive, so he knew, and I know there's a lot of others in the stream that actually went through the training to be a dominant, to know what's the correct way to do things, and not just say, "Oh, I'm a dominant," and not do the research behind it.
My master's one of those.
Yeah. I mean,
we also train for it. We learn safety. We also do the finger test so it doesn't cut off circulation.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I'm talking about, is most people don't know this stuff. So, yeah.
That's what the streams are for. We're not only, it's not only for our benefit, but for people that are new to the scene and that want to learn. It's a good way for them to learn the best way to do things. But even we can't say, okay, this is how you do it, because every sub and every dom is different. Like, for instance, I am very flexible when it comes to my arms behind my back. That doesn't bother me. Versus she can't. She only can hold it for a length of time. So it's a matter of learning your submissive and what she can and can't handle, and then also learning the body language of when it actually does legitimately hurt her or him.
Mm-hmm.
It isn't something that you can just be like, okay, I'm a dom, someone tie you up.
Yeah, you also have to... Sorry, Silia.
No, you're good. Go ahead.
You also have to be careful, because there are subs like me that will endure until it's dangerous.
Much. And I'm the same way.
I will endure quite a bit of pain to the point where it's becoming dangerous or my circulation is cut off before I say anything, because I want to please my master.
And that's a lot of where because me and Master Wolfie have talked quite a bit about this. That's the reason throughout the scene, the dom is actually supposed to check, where they're at, like their color, or, however they set it up. Most of the time it's a color that, throughout the scene, they'll ask you where roughly you are. And that's what helps. So the dom knows.
For the people that don't actually understand what you had said by colors, can you explain that?
So basically colors, usually it's green, yellow, and red. It's just like a red light. Green means you're good. You're not hurting. You're actually being, it's pleasurable to you. Yellow pretty much means, okay, it's not quite red yet, but let's see if we can change something differently, or that's a little too much pressure, or, whatever the scene might be. Red means it needs to stop. Everything needs to come off and it needs to stop.
Yeah, my master actually used that as before we had an established full-on safe word. Is I would say red if he went too far. Mm-hmm. This was very early on. That's the reason I say before we had an established safe word. The reason I changed to a safe word is because I couldn't remember to say red. Once I'm subbed out, the only word I can remember to say that I know will make it stop is my safe word. That's the reason I picked that word.
So what's yours, if you don't mind me asking?
Enough. I do not say it otherwise. I do not use it in casual conversation unless I am at that point where something needs to stop. it's one of those words I don't use on an all the time basis.
The other thing most experienced doms and masters are trained for is to look for signals, because a lot of times the subs do like to please their master and take it too far.
Well, and one of the other things is a sub can actually go into what is known as subspace, and they basically they're into pleasing their master or their dom so much that they actually forget to use it when it gets to be too much, and then after the scene's over, then that's when they realize, it went
Yeah.
too far.
Not only that, but there are some for the newer people who are just starting out where if they say it, they feel like a failure for saying that enough's enough.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that's something I deal with actually. So it's not just,
Oh, not just for new people. Okay.
But that's where knowing you're submissive or your slave or furry, whatever the case may be, that's learning them and knowing what their limit is, their body language, their facial features, anything like that, is the best way to know when you're going too far. Even if they can't, you need to learn them personally, in my opinion.
And that's
Yeah.
true.
That's
You
good.
have to.
Yeah. And this is one thing that really bothers me, because I've handled this in the past. For a dom to say no, you didn't have enough, or don't stop when you tell them to stop, or whenever it is at a yellow, that means they're not a dom, and you need to run, in my opinion.
I still feel toasty, but not as much.
No, I'd actually have to agree with you myself. That it's very important that, I mean, you could know all the stuff that you need to know, but you also do have to be able to rely on your instincts as well.
Yep.
No matter how well versed someone is in the lifestyle, if you get a feeling or a vibe, it's best to trust that gut instinct
And run.
Yes.
And you can always tell, from my personal experience, messing with a submissive, you can always tell in the way their voice changes or the way of their body language, when you've hit that nerve, or when you've hit it to where you're really, really close to that red, and that you need to switch it up or change it or check on them. The best thing is to check on them. There we go. Having technical difficulties here.
So, what else about safety do you think people tend to misread?
They believe in the ways of 50 Shades of Grey and end up making a mistake and hurting somebody.
Yeah, popularized culture has really screwed over the popular conception.
But then
these
again,
movies, these books.
But then again, there are now a lot more people who are coming in to try it as well, not just following the books, but actually researching it and going in the way of checking it out.
Yeah, and that's actually not a bad thing either. I mean, it has given a bad name, but I think a lot of people are able to understand that when they come into it. But here's the problem: for people that don't really know anyone or know anyone well enough to learn the truth about it from them, they could really walk into a serious mistake. Because I mean, I haven't read the books or anything, but from all I understand about it, it's pretty violent or pretty
That's
rough.
that's where a lot of the problem is because ever since 50 Shades of Grey came out, there's a lot more people that are, oh, well, I can do that. That's easy, but it's not that. The 50 Shades of Grey book, yes, it's a good book. It's a love book. That's pretty much all it is. When it actually comes to the BDSM side, that is not the way you handle your submissive in any kind of way. You don't beat them, especially someone that has never been in the lifestyle at all, or know what their limits are, or what even limits are for that matter, um, and expect them to understand. For anybody that's starting off, especially a submissive, you need to do your research. You need to find someone you trust to help you through learning it, and not just trust anybody, because that can
And
seriously get you hurt.
don't be afraid to ask questions before you do a scene, before you even agree to a scene or agree to sub somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Ask.
You want to
Mm-hmm.
know up front. Matter of fact, I actually have a list that I've actually filled out before. I mean, it's of everything that you can possibly think of hard limits and soft limits. And I go through every single one of them so they know everything up front that I am okay with and that I'm not okay with. That way, there is no gray area on it, and they know what is okay and what isn't okay. And if they cross that line, then the scene needs to be ended then, and you don't need to contact them again, in my opinion. And you need to tell them why.
That sounds like good advice.
Actually, don't even really have to tell them why if they're crossing your hard limits.
That's true. That's true. But and the reason I say that is because, for the fake doms out there that they think that they can, pick up rope and a whip and think that they're a dom, and get someone that's fairly new into the lifestyle, it can legitly scare them out of the lifestyle. Um, I mean, I know from experience, it can really damage you if you don't find the right person that is actually willing to train you the correct way, instead of just beating you just because they think they can. So you always want to state your hard limits and soft limits from day one, in my opinion. And we covered that a couple of shows ago, what hard and soft is.
We've been covering almost every one, actually.
Yeah, every show.
It's a good thing to know. It's a good thing to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
Even if it's just a blurb at the end, like Price is Right. Have your pets spayed and neuters.
Yep.
One thing that I've been noticing also for safety is there's stuff that even through research you can't find.
And that's where you go back into, like, for instance, if you go to play parties, or if you meet someone and you need to state everything then, and then also the safety wise of it, the stuff that you're interested in, you need, even if you're asking someone that's been in the lifestyle for a while, that's where you're going to get most of your information from, the people that actually have lived the lifestyle and have been in it in a while. And you don't, to me, as a submissive, you go to another submissive, in my opinion, to learn as much as you can. And then when you find your dominant, that's when you ask questions before scenes. You let them, like, if you don't know what something is, you ask them what it is. Ask them to test it on you before they actually use it on you. Because if, say, you're in a scene and you have no idea what they're about to hit you with, you're going to be very surprised after you get hit by it or tied up or whatever the case
Then
may be.
here's the catch-22 of that statement, though. There are people who enjoy that surprise,
And
that feeling of unknown.
for those that enjoy that, then that's their kink. That's what they enjoy, and I understand that. I'm talking about for the people that don't know what it is and that don't like the surprise.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be the
I
first
was
one. If I don't know what something is, I'll be the first one to ask. You ain't going to touch me with it unless I know what it is and what it does.
I'm going to make this disclaimer. There is a difference between bedroom BDSM and lifestyle.
Mm-hmm.
There is, and that's a major thing.
Right now, it's more bedroom is what I'm speaking of. Lifestyle, 24/7. There's not really a break in my opinion of it. A lot of them live it.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I know that some of you are 24/7 lifestylists, but for myself and my wife, we're pretty much bedroom ourselves. That's just kind of the way it's always been. We don't really, that personality that's there does not leak out into our the rest of our lives. Now I could see us being relaxed at events and stuff like that, but we just, I don't know, maybe it's because we don't live alone or whatever, but we just don't have any, we don't do that stuff. And I don't imagine that we really ever will. For us, it just doesn't really, it just doesn't seem to fit for us. I don't feel like I'm the kind of person that could just be dominating her all the time. It's just, but that's our relationship, I guess. I suppose it's just every relationship's different, but yeah, I'd say we're an example of more of the bedroom, possibly event-driven lifestyle.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Well, no, I mean it works for us. This is just how it's always been. Our dynamic has always been. But also at the same time, I really am not very. Maybe it's old age or maybe something, but I'm not very sex centric as I used to be. I don't really care about it as much as I used to. I still enjoy it, but it's I'm a whole lot more about the intimacy, having intimacy and closeness than anything.
But
I just
go ahead.
want to state one thing. BDSM is not about sex. There is a lot of sexual contact, yes, but it is not about sex.
Well, no, I understand that, but the perspective I grew up with is that sex was never ever talked about, and that's because of my religious upbringing. I didn't just become an atheist overnight. It was a process that was ongoing. And, when you live in a religious household, you don't dare talk about sex. It's like, they don't do it. They're not comfortable. And it didn't help any that they were a generational gap between us. So talking to my grandparents about sex, that's an awful idea. Especially since they're fundamentalists, right? Yeah. So I don't know. It's BDSM was something that for a long time I really did look at judgmentally for a while. But
so what changed your mind?
Well, just realizing that all the stuff that I was raised to feel and believe was garbage. And that's just part of it. And, actually take things on face value, give them a chance. Don't just go by what someone else says or what someone else makes you feel. Go with what makes you feel good.
I think I helped with that.
And how do you say so, sir?
Because you've known me for years.
Yeah, but see, I didn't know about this aspect of your life way back in the day either. It's not something that I really discussed with anyone. And
Yeah, but as I became older, I became more and more open because I just didn't give a fuck.
yeah, that's true. And a lot of spending the time with you and learning what I have from you. But it's still just something I don't know that I could ever understand the 24/7 aspect of it. And maybe it's something that's just going to hold me back because of my upbringing. I'll be honest about it. Maybe, but maybe not. I don't know.
Can I say something real fast on that?
Yeah, sure.
Living 24/7 doesn't mean that you're that submissive wise that you're not in that you're in chains all day long, or that you're tied up somewhere all day long. It's 24/7 means you're basically that they are the dominant. That if you have an issue, it's just, and I hate to put it this way, but it's just like being married. You know who you go to if you have an issue, or if you have a problem, or if you need to talk. So it's an emotional side as well as the bedroom side of it.
And
Let me see. There are also those who go to the extreme of that, where there's what is it? The financial dominance? I've never understood that.
I would love
you
to have
guys
a financial sub at the moment. Just to be completely honest with you, I would love that right now. But I understand it. You have a lot of money, you don't know what to do with it. You don't want to keep it. But y'all hear me all right?
Yeah, oh yeah.
I can barely hear you.
Okay. Can anyone else hear you? Hear her?
I can hear her, but it's muffled.
Yeah, it is rather soft.
Hello?
Hello.
Sorry. Something's up with my mic here. I just broke one. I was looking for something and I stepped on the cord.
Okay, apologize. Phone's being dumb.
And I hope I didn't just break my laptop.
But I'm going to say this too.
There
is intimacy in BDSM.
So
I understand that.
One of the things
Sorry, go ahead, Celia.
Good. One of the things I want to ask, because I know Master Wolfie and his sub in real life live it 24/7, but they are also. So my question to you, for the viewers, whenever you come into the house from a long day or whatever, does she automatically get on her knees before you? Like when you walk in the back door? Okay, so she does. Okay. But she knows that if she needs you, not only as the dominant, but also as someone that cares for her, she knows she can go to you and that you're not going to belittle her. And that's why I say 24/7 to me is better, because it is almost like, a kinky marriage, I guess is a better way to put it. You pretty much put your full trust in your dominant, and you know that they're going to be there for you 24/7.
Yeah. That's the way me.
I know there are times she's going to have a rough time, and I'll just take her into my arms. She won't even have to kneel.
Mm-hmm.
I can read her that way.
And that's because you have done your training, and you have done the research, and you have years and years of experience to where you know how to read them.
Not only that, but how long have you guys actually been together, Wolfie?
Over 2 years.
See, that's just like
over 2 years.
That's just like me and my husband. even though we're not really in the BDSM, you know, the 24/7, he knows when I walk through that door what mood I'm going to be in. If I'm sad, if I'm mad, if I'm ready to strangle somebody, it goes the same
When
way
he
for a
has to
dom.
run for the hills.
Yeah, pretty much. He needs to run and hide. It's just a matter of when we say 24/7, we don't mean that they're in chains and shackles 24/7. We mean that it's a relationship. It's not just a kink.
Yeah. Because there are professional DOMs that is technically not 24/7.
Mm-hmm.
Like me and Vash are 24/7. The problem I'm having right now is instead of him coming home to me, I'm sorry, hang on a minute.
Well, that sucks.
Sorry, I had to switch sides of my microphone.
That's okay.
And I can't hear anybody now.
Hello?
We're
You
waiting
might
on
have
you.
to-
We were waiting on you.
Yeah. You have the stage here.
Cosmic, can you hear us?
While she's trying to figure that out, I also want to state something. When I say research, I don't mean Google.
I'm gonna have to go. I'm having issues with my headset.
Oh, okay. Try to come back.
Yeah, try to come back and finish that story.
What was I saying? I don't even remember what I was saying now.
Yeah, I didn't get a chance to catch what you're saying. She popped in pretty quick.
She's saying she had another question, but
It'll come back to me. Y'all continue.
Well,
I got a real life story that happened today.
All right,
Okay.
what's up?
Okay, there we go. Sorry, I had a issue with my mic and stuff.
See, you know what? Look, guys, I'm telling you, the blood moon tomorrow. This is what's happening.
Yeah, it's
It's
already
the end of the
killed me
world,
once.
guys.
Yeah. It's not the end of the world. Come on.
But I was.
But there's going to be a red moon and everything. Of course, it's the end of the world. Mars will be out and. Okay, I'm being told by my producer that I'm an idiot. Anyway, go ahead.
Let's see. I was trying to talk about the 24/7 thing, I think, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, you were.
Okay. A lot of that right now, the problem I'm having is I'm coming home. I'm the one that's pulling a 40-hour-a-week job. And I'm still doing a lot to serve him outside of my job. And he's doing the streams, which is more than 40 hours. Like pretty much from the time he gets up to the time he goes to bed, he's streaming and stuff. So I think that's the reason for the change in my behavior. I think I'm a switch, so there are certain times when I'm more dominant than others, and he has to remind me I'm not.
Admit it, you like it. I'm kidding.
Of course I like it. I'm a human punching bag.
Oh, really?
Yes. Not to the point where it's going to break bones or cause permanent damage, but enough that it's like, oh, I just got knocked on my ass. And hard limits would be him hitting me in the face. I even have triggers that will actually make me fight back rather than submit. So.
And that was the rope that you were saying before, right?
No.
Or no.
My trigger for fighting back is actually spanking.
Oh wow.
He got me with a paddle once, and I jumped up on the couch and just about kneed him in the face.
Damn.
Yeah, he surprised me with it, is part of the problem. Usually I can take a few hits before I start getting aggressive, but yeah.
Wow.
To actually turn me red in the arse would take tying me down completely in chains.
You got me in chains.
I hope he's watching this. I really do.
That's possible. So I'm not uncomfortable at all. Who wants to talk now?
Aw, why are you uncomfortable?
I just my vanilla upbringing is like, I don't know what's going on right now.
It's alright. I was brought up vanilla as well. But I started having
Sorry, y'all.
kidnap and rape dream fantasies very early on.
Ooh.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I actually pulled up a pretty neat site. It has A through Z of almost any type of, I guess, kink or things that you could be into. Definitions of them.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sitting here reading through some of these, and some of them are actually kind of scary.
Well, tell us some of the scary ones.
Let's see. Oh, before I say this, okay, so I want y'all's opinion on the meaning of alpha. I hear it quite a bit, and I know we did a stream a while back about alpha.
Okay. Have you ever owned 2 cats or 2 dogs or seen
Yes,
2
and
cats?
I know what alpha means, but so it's basically them. No, this is my house. No, this is my house. Yeah,
Pretty much, yeah.
So therefore, so they have one that here that says alpha slave slash or sub, and I know a lot of people say that when you say alpha, it means it's, to me, in slave form, it's first girl. It's not really alpha. Sub, it might be a little different. But it says they are technically authority and the last word in the house over other sub slash slaves and visiting dom slash me. So dommies. If their dom is not present. The
Can
alpha,
I make a correction on that word when people say dummy? It sounds a lot like dummy. It's actually French for female dom. It's just dom.
I've
Silent.
I've always
I know.
pronounced it that way. Just as dom.
But basically, I'm reading what this says. I know what it means. I'm reading what the thing says. The alpha sub slash slave will even give respect of their position. In the Gorian lifestyle, they are called first girl. And that's what I just said.
That would be what I am.
And that in most of them, it's usually the first girl that is collared is usually the first girl. Unless the master changes his mind. So let me see if I can find one here that kind of blowgun play. Have any of y'all ever heard that one?
No. But I do have a comment on that last bit.
Okay.
The way my master put it to me was red collar. You're basically head over everybody else.
Yeah, that makes sense. Which every dom is different. Everybody,
Yeah.
I always heard it bottom bitch.
Bottom bitch.
Top bitch.
Don't you mean top bitch?
Top
No,
bitch.
it's seriously called bottom bitch. Have you never watched South Park?
No.
That's what pimps call their. Nah, it's a joke.
Okay, so apparently this play, this is actually kind of scary in my opinion, but some people might be into this. It's blow gun play. The darts are penetrated plywood a fourth, so you need to really practice to find out how much pressure to use since the darts can go too deep. Also, sterilize the darts, and each person should have their own darts for play. Paper darts, metal darts, stun darts, and paintball darts are just some of used to play. This type of play should not be done by beginners. Also, make sure no metal allergies for the intended target. I've never heard of that play.
It's a impact play or like a needle. It's very similar to impact play or a needle play.
Makes sense.
Well, I always thought of it more of kind of predator prey. They're running and you're hunting them with the blow dart.
See, this is one play that I love. It's a breath control, a dangerous type of play to only be done by experts willing to undergo the risk. The Dom restrains the sub's ability to breathe normally, usually done by choking or covering the mouth and nose. It is highly recommended not to do this to the point of unconsciousness. I love that.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
Yeah.
I'm one of those that just simply covering my face with a blanket or clothing or a pillow.
See, I like having my face pushed down into the bed.
Well,
that's my favorite.
I can't stand this sensation of hot air coming back in.
Okay.
It will make me thrash. It's an instinct of some sort.
Yeah, it's a fight.
Okay, so this one right here is something that I had mentioned earlier about basically checking, the colors and things like that. It says checking in. During the scene, the Dom checks to see how the sub is feeling. This might include rating the intensity of the activity or asking if they are okay. Something that is also commonly done the following day to make sure everyone is still doing well, and for discussion about expanding or eliminating specific play done the day before. So that's basically meaning of what I said earlier about the colors.
Yeah. Also, you need to make sure you're checking the mental state as well. Mm-hmm. Excuse me.
Okay, so go ahead.
Sorry, coughing quite a bit.
Go ahead.
The issue I run into is the difference between my conscious mind and my substate is very slim. I actually haven't subbed out in a while completely. But the damage you can do mentally to someone if they're not okay with something you're doing is the same as mental abuse or physical abuse. You can cause PTSD from overdoing something that they need.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
All right, so I got it. This is a question for Master Wolfie. Let's see how smart he is here. So tell me what this stands for, okay? CHDW.
I actually can't remember that one.
It's actually one that's pretty funny, and I honestly didn't think that you would get it. Does anybody else know what CHDW stands for?
No.
No idea. Okay. This is funny because this is what I mentioned earlier. Clueless, horny, dom wannabe. You probably want to avoid these types of doms.
Oh, the wannabes. Okay.
Hilarious.
Wannabes.
Wannabes. Okay, so I didn't know that this was a play actually until Red had told me about this one. Chemical play, using chemicals to produce sensations. And this is just some examples: water green oil, chili oil, Tabasco sauce, tiger balm, ginger root, ginger powder, peppermint, rubbing alcohol, and menthol.
Ooh, the menthol. That one's fun. It's been a while since I used that.
I've never used any of those, but it's pretty neat to see some of the stuff that's on here.
I gotta say though, the ginger is my most favorite.
Oh, this is another one. For anybody that's in the lifestyle, I don't know if any of y'all actually have, but knowing CPR.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a definite.
Cunt torture.
Yep, that's fun.
No, 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 no.
Yes, yes, yes.
Cupping.
Yep, fire cupping.
Yep. That's fine.
Cutting. Cutting cuts made to make a pattern. Usually done with scalpel. Some are done to be permanent by either redoing the cutting at the same place, a design over and over, or by putting something into the design such as ashes or ink rubbing before healing. It's like a tattoo almost.
Yeah, scarification. I like knife play. But I'm not sure if I would do this unless he was using a tattoo gun. Because it's still painful and would probably still work very similar, but there won't be as much blood to clean up.
Okay, so this is oh, sorry, Red. Go ahead.
Damn it, I forgot my question. It was for Wolfie.
Sorry. Well, if you remember, let me know. Here's something else that I want to cover. I know we've covered in the past a sub drop, but doms can drop just as well. And this actually covers it if y'all don't mind me reading it. Dom drop. Huh?
It especially happens with the more sadistic dominance.
Mm-hmm. When real life is causing problems for the dom, they will feel that they have to be dominant anytime they are with those submissive. This is when most will experience a dom drop. One can't be a dom 24/7 without it stressing them out emotionally, mentally, and physically. It is usually caused by their percentage, or not percentage. I'm not even going to try to butcher that, but basically that they have to be a dom always. They lose control / respect of their sub, which that's not true in my opinion. I haven't seen that before. Yes, you can be. Hold on just a minute.
I guess that's her running off to do something.
Mm-hmm.
Who all this here? Hey, what happened there, Mr. Eaton?
Sorry, y'all.
Hmm?
There were two of you for a minute.
You mean when my camera light flashed?
No, I never saw that. I saw two of you on the screen for a long time, though.
Y'all want me to?
Yeah, go ahead and continue, Silia.
Okay, sorry about that.
No problem.
Gotta love. Yeah. Anyways. All right. Let's see. Yes, you can be a dom at all aspects of your life, but there are times you need to be held, comfort, cry. Don't fall into the trap of where these are not times you both are equal/neutral in the conversation. Watching TV, doing things together. Remember, when you want to be dominant, you can easily switch into that quick, effectively. And all it usually takes is calling your sub by their special name. Shifting into Dom, look, they know so well. I know a lot of y'all that have that Dom look. Just remember, don't withdraw from your sub, as that will only compound the problems. So I actually got a question for our Doms. Have y'all ever been into a Dom drop?
Yes.
I think I actually met my Dom during one of his drops.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Like, I met him before he fully dropped, but he was in a severe depressive state for quite a bit when I met him, and that developed our relationship, actually.
Rip.
I've actually been in one as a mistress, and I took actually a year off from it due to it. So it does happen.
I
Let's
plead
see.
the fifth.
Yeah, we know you have at least once.
I plead the fifth.
Trying to be hardball there.
Do you want me to be hardball?
No, not at all.
So, hello, Kaz Warfox, coming in at the tail end. How's it going?
Nothing much. And you?
Not a whole lot. Actually, getting about ready to wrap it up. It's been a little over an hour now. Did you guys have anything else you wanted to talk about before?
You got your article, don't you?
My article?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I posted for everybody. It's at the top of the thing there. McDonald's worker beats up milkshake 3. I just wanted to know if people had seen it. I wanted reactions on that.
Yeah, I saw it just before you mentioned it, actually. You can go to on YouTube. There are actual pages where they have just an entire compilation of public freakouts like that, and oh my god, there's so many face palms watching those.
So here is a definition of lifestylers. Y'all want to hear that one?
Sure.
Sure.
All right. It says lifestylers, those who live are actively involved in SM or DS on a daily basis, including TPE, EPE, and TPT relationships.
Defer.
That it just gives me the initials. It doesn't tell me what each of them mean, other than I know what SM and DS is.
Yeah, those are pretty
those
simple.
are obvious, but the other ones I'm not sure. I'd have to Google it. But yeah, I'm gonna actually send y'all this link because I want y'all to look through half of this stuff. This stuff is pretty cool. Oh, here's my favorite, OTK. Can anybody tell me what that one means?
Did you say OTK?
OTK.
Ontario Tribunal of Kink?
No. It's actually something that I love. Spanking wise.
Over the knee?
Over the knee.
Over the knee.
I knew that would have been easy. After I said that.
I say it all the time. I'm going to put you over my knee.
In all fairness, I had already had the over the, and I was like, "What the hell is K?"
Popper? Does anybody know what a popper is?
Something that you pop into your mouth, like a jalapeno popper?
No.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of. I love the cream cheese in those things.
Oh my god.
Same.
That just took a different turn.
Go
No,
ahead.
popper is a liquid that is sniffed and increases the heart rate and blood pressure.
Oh,
I would agree with those.
I wouldn't either. Wouldn't
so that's
either.
like getting you
no-no.
ready to go for the.
Yeah. Oh, see, some of these are crazy. Punch fisting?
Punch fisting?
Punch fisting.
Unfortunately, I have a strong enough imagination that I can
It
figure out what the
says
hell that means.
Where you're fisting the pussy with a punch.
a very extreme and rarely used form of fisting.
Yeah, that's dangerous.
Obviously. That just sounds scary.
Oh, it's oh man, I hurt internally for the women. Holy cow!
What does rack mean?
Ooh. I know.
It's your
Nope.
chest.
Nope, you can't say it. Go
Why
ahead.
can't I say it?
It's what you
Risk
used to
aware.
go and quarter them.
Risk aware, a rare consensual kink.
Yay! You want a cookie?
Yes.
Okay.
No,
Hands
I
in
want
the dog biscuit.
Want a biscuit?
Would C and C be one of those racks?
Risk aware consensual kink.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. When I say C and C, I'm talking about the consensual non-consent.
I found what you are, Master Wolfie.
What?
A furry?
S-A-D.
A what?
S-A-D.
He's sad.
I'm sad?
No, it's initials. S-A-D.
Why is he sad?
He's not sad. It's initials. It stands for
Acronym.
Well, spit it out. What's it stand for?
smart ass Dom.
That's mine too. That is definitely mine.
It says they are known to do/say things such as the submissive begs to come, the Dom looks perplexed and says, "Silly, you are already here." Whatever that means. It just still fits you.
Aww.
Oh, I found mine. S-A-S.
Sadistic ass submissive?
That is one, but no, that's not it. It also stands for sassy. Smart ass submissive. To me,
Yeah.
it's much better to say, "Don't sass me," or may we are sassy tonight.
We are sassy.
I might have to read that right. Oops. But yeah, I'm gonna send y'all this link. Some of these are.
It sounds like someone needs a spanking.
I do. SSC we already covered, didn't we?
Nope, but it means
Safe,
sane,
consensual.
Safe, sane, consensual.
Yeah, actually, I thought that's what Cosmic had said earlier.
I think so.
C and C, consensual non-consent.
So in other words, rape play.
Oh,
here's subdrop.
okay.
The definition of subdrop. Strap on. Subspace. A place that the mind goes when
Endorphins.
Thank you. Kick in, or when they feel a very strong connection to their dom. Some describe this as floating on a cloud. That is so true.
Mm-hmm.
So is that the end of that?
No. Actually, no. Ooh, there's a tampon training.
What the?
There's a tampon training one.
I don't think the guys want to hear that one.
No, this one's pretty
I
funny.
don't mind.
They have to hear this one. Usually done to make males to familiarize them. Tampons are inserted rectally using.
I think you mean rectally.
That's what it says.
Basically,
Leave me alone.
shoved up your ass.
Yeah, pretty much. Usually referred to male menstrual cycle training. Can I try to do that to one of y'all?
Yeah, I'll pass.
No, math.
It's not that.
That's a hard limit for
It's not,
math. That's no fun.
not that bad. Don't get what you guys are all complaining about.
Can I do it to you then?
I don't care.
That's no fun.
Love the cavalier attitude about that.
All that I gotta say is when my mom found out about this stuff, she shamed me into it, stating, "What the hell would your friends think about if they ever knew?" Hey, Mom. They don't give a shit. They're into this shit too. Fuck you.
They actually have definitions of a true dom, a true sub, and a true submissive.
Okay.
Yes.
So, sum it up. True dom is nothing to do with quality or technical knowledge. Doesn't make for experience. To call oneself true/real implies that any other form of dominance is less or false. There is no right or wrong to being a dom.
In other words, a jackass.
Yeah, pretty much. And
I was hearing that and thinking, wait, there's a no true Scotsman? What the hell's wrong with people?
Sounds like it.
Ew! Triple penetration.
Oh, wow.
That's fun.
Triple? Having 3 openings filled at once.
Your mouth, your ass,
your
and
cock.
pussy.
Oh,
Yeah.
I can do that. That sounds fun.
Really
true
getting
submissive.
spit roasted, huh?
Yeah.
Glad someone else uses that term.
Think they call that a hat trick?
I wouldn't call it a hat trick. It's more an ass trick.
Wolfie.
Yeah.
Do you know what the pirate trick is?
No.
So
Okay,
this is one of my hard limits. Water sports. Where the dom urinates on the bottom. Drinking of the urine might be part of this play. Yuck.
There was one I was told about called Grell. Have you heard of it?
Grell?
I've heard of it, but I don't remember what it is.
Let me see if there's one in here that's Grell. Like G? Spell it for me.
Golf, Romeo, Echo, Lima.
Wait, we've been through this. Okay. Been through this.
Hey, you want me to spell it out? I'm not gonna fucking dick around with how long it took me to hear how the hell to spell it. So you're gonna get it phonetically, and you're gonna like it.
No, I'm not. How do you spell it again?
Yes, you will.
Golf, Romeo,
GRE.
Lima.
Not in here.
Lima.
L.
Look in the Urban Dictionary, and it's not the first one.
All right, so GRELL.
Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun.
Oh, I have a friend who's actually on stream, so I want to make a shout out to her. Hey, Gabe.
Hello.
Hey, what's going on?
That doesn't pull up anything. Are you making that up?
No, look it up in Urban Dictionary.
Oh God, Urban. I already cringed.
There's probably a different name for how it describes things. Which, well, if anyone is one to ask, it sure as hell is this crowd.
And it's called Grill.
Grell.
Grill.
Golf. Romeo.
Changed it on
Echo.
me.
Lima.
They changed it on me. God.
We're not talking about the shit you go and cook on, damn it.
Get on my nerves. I'm on nerves. This is talking about a character.
Oh, a liquid substance that contains semen, blood, and feces, usually produced by making a stinky anal love to a woman on her period, then waiting for the wrongness to drip out. If one is
That sounds too
impatient,
much like
a
an
straw may be used.
You made him sick.
Making me sick too.
I like the grill instead. But yeah, I'm gonna send y'all the link in the Discord so y'all can look through some of this stuff.
You need help. Now I know you're a sub boy.
I'm not a sub. I enjoyed every fucking minute of everyone's reactions, motherfucker.
Ooh,
I am
want a
the
zipper.
biggest shit-eating grin on my face, you know?
Lady Wolfheart, have you ever had a zipper done on you?
Give me a definition.
Clothespins that are strung
I know how to do that.
Wait,
so
wait.
Shut up. Goodness.
Clothespins that are strung together?
So
Yes,
they can
and
be
then ripped off.
removed very quickly.
I haven't had that, but he did go from one side of my boobs to the other side of my boobs with clothespins and then slap them off.
Woo!
Whoa.
That sounds fun.
You know what would be even more fun, I find? Taking either a nice flogger or a whip to them to get them off.
Currently our flogger is falling apart.
Because you guys got a cheap one.
Yeah, it was a cheap one, but I think it was one of those kits, you know? I actually saw one that was a silicone.
And this is. Go ahead. Sorry.
It's okay. It was a silicone dildo flogger combination. Like the handle turned into a dildo if you wanted to.
Excuse me.
So there's two of these that I want to say. The first one is kind of on a serious note. The other one is to pick on Red. The first one is a safe call. This is something that you want to do whenever you're first time playing with somebody. And the definition of this is some folks want this added security when playing with a person for the first time. In my opinion, you do want a safe call, but first you don't want to play with them. You want to get to know them, then play with them, but you do want the safe call either way. And then the other thing is, this is what I think even Master Wolfie is this. So I'm going to read the definition, and y'all are going to tell me what it is. Getting pleasure from mistreating others.
That would be masochism, I would think.
No, it's the other one.
No, that'd be sadism.
Sadist. Yeah. Yep. I get those two mixed up often. Just put it that way.
Hey, Wolfie.
What?
Sorry. I found a nice present for you.
Where?
In general.
Masochism is getting of pleasure, often sexual, from being hurt or humiliated. That's.
Hey, Wolf,
I don't need a red rocket.
But I was gonna say I'm a sadomasochist. However, I tend to be a whatever I like. If you like it too, I'm gonna do it to you. I'll treat you how I enjoy it.
All right, guys. Somebody needs to be getting going, so I think we need to close this down. We can talk and chit chat and hang out after he leaves. So everybody introduce themselves. We'll start with Silea.
My name's changed on there. Hello, I'm Silea. I'm the secretary of the Deviants. I hope y'all have a wonderful night.
You too,
Lady
Silea.
Wolf.
Thank you.
Lady Wolfheart Dragon thingy.
Thank you.
Cosmic Wolfheart at the moment. I'm Lady Wolfheart on Vash's Discord server, and I'm going to be taking over his stream tonight. If you want to join me for that.
I actually got to be to work at 7 in the morning, so.
Boo work.
So it's you who has to go then.
No.
Oh no, I'm about to wrap this up.
Yeah, Blue needs to, or not Blue, sorry, but he needs to go.
No, I don't care if you call me
Okay.
that. That's fine. It don't bother
That's
me.
what I'm used to calling you.
This is fine.
It's Blue Ball.
Red Sep, you have you want to introduce yourself real quick?
Hi there, I'm Red, and I run a porn blog.
Awesome.
Point there.
Secular, I'll close it out for you if you want to introduce yourself.
What about Mr. Eaton over here? Is he still here?
Yes, I'm still here.
He's just quiet.
Of course, I'm trying to learn here. Damn it!
He's a good little sub boy. He's quiet.
He's the good little bitch.
Do you want to say anything before closing it out?
Yeah, we're
Well,
closing it
I'm
out.
the asshole you learn to hate. If you don't hate me yet, you soon will.
All right.
You know, it's taken a long time for that, so I don't believe you. Go ahead.
Yeah,
go
no
ahead.
kidding.
Introduce yourself, Secular, and I'll close it out for you.
All right. Yeah, this is Secular Outrage on Twitter, like on YouTube. Nice to talk to everybody again. And thanks for everybody coming. And I had something witty that I was going to end with at the beginning of this, and now I totally don't remember it. So, fuck Trump, fuck Hillary, fuck it all.
And I am Sir Whoopi. You know who I am? Now kneel and worship me.
Yes, you are the fluffy butt of all fluffies.
And you can suck my cock. All right.
Good night, all.
Good night.